All right, welcome back, everyone. Doing some simple fixes, hopefully. As you know, we've been working on the Kia Soul for a little while, 2015 Kia Soul, my daughter's car, doing a variety of projects. Seem to have come to a sticking point on this one in that she's got headlights that are flickering. She's got her radio kind of cuts in and out when she's going. When she's accelerating uphill, lights seem to dim. And so obviously, most common, you would think, alternator, possibly battery. So I did a series of different tests. I used the multimeter, I used a battery tester, and checked it running, checked it not running. And ultimately, I can't find anything wrong. I couldn't find anything wrong with the battery, couldn't find anything wrong with the alternator. They're both testing right where they're supposed to be. The battery was about 2.5 years old, and it was original like Kia battery. I went ahead and replaced it and put in one of these 4-year warranty Everlast Walmart batteries. And as suspected, that did not solve the problem. And so then I started looking at these. I started looking into these ground wire harnesses. These to see if perhaps that's causing the issue. And I've got this one grounded here, right here, and this looks like it's in great shape. Looks really solid. There's no fraying. There's no corrosion. I don't see anything wrong over here. And then I look at this other ground strap down here, and I don't think it looks bad. If I look at that across there, it doesn't look bad. But when I'm testing, and I'll show you here in a second, with the multimeter, the only thing I've been able to find on any test is that one is coming up higher than it should. My understanding is it should be very close to 0, and that one was actually coming up with like 1 point something. And so I'll test that again. But I went to Walmart and I picked up just a generic 4-gauge wire. We'll see if this works. I read online, some different forums and stuff. Some people tried this and they say it works great. So we'll see. It's really just a battery cable, essentially, just like what's on the other side by the battery. So we'll see if this works to replace that. And I've also seen some people say even adding another ground wire coming off the battery here and kind of running down around in front of it, and then connecting off to either the engine block or some other ground spot. Somebody did one that was kind of down below the air intake in here. I don't know. So I'm going to try this, and I'll run the test on this one, and let's see how this test looks, and then we'll try to change it and see what happens there. Okay, so I've got the voltmeter here set up. I've got this Klein voltmeter. We're going to set it on ohms. We're going to put it down here on the 20,000 here. And I don't know why it's bouncing all over right now, but you'll see that right now the car's not running. So I'm going to check it with it not running, and it's probably going to be 0, I would imagine. So I've got it. I'm going to place the positive right here. I've got the negative over on the negative lead of the battery cable. And as you can see, I think on there, I think you can see that. Just, almost nothing, right? Just barely picking up anything. I'm going to try this other lead on the other end of that one. And again, very little, right? 0.02, which that's fine. So now what I want to do is check this while it's running, and let me start the car and see what that looks like. Okay, so now with it running, let's see if I put the positive back on and negative back on. As you can see, we're kind of jumping all over, but it's getting up there around 1. Definitely getting up there a little higher. When I was doing this earlier, it was getting up above 1. Now I'm going to try the other end of it here. See, now it's jumping up above 1, 2. So that's the only thing I can seem to find that would indicate that there's a problem. And I don't think, let me just double check this one over here. I don't think this one, the battery over here, is giving me the same read. So when I check this one off the battery, that's coming straight off the negative post to the ground over here on the body, I'm only getting, yeah, I mean, really low read, 0.12. I mean, even that's going to be a little high, but kind of bouncing all over a little bit too. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, I don't know what else to, I'm running out of options. Maybe you guys can leave something in the comments that I'm missing. But the only other possible thing I could think is if the belt is slipping, but it seems to be on there very snug. It doesn't seem to be in bad shape. It seems to be spinning. And when the car is off, when I try to wiggle that, it's not playing it or anything. So maybe you have another thought on what it could be that's causing these mishaps. I've tried the diagnostic in the dash, and it's nothing's coming up as far as codes. Even when occasionally when that battery light, it pops on and off, it's still not picking up anything with my diagnostic. So let's give it a shot. We'll change this one out and see what happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this off here. Make sure you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. That's an okay spot there. Okay, so I'm gonna, this first one here is a 12. Should be, take this one off. Bolt. Okay, and the one on the other side over here is a 10 millimeter. Let's get that one off. Okay, so that's this strap. Let's see if I can get this twisted out of here. Just trying to get the nut out of this one. It's in there a little snug for some reason. Okay, let's go ahead and get these back on. So I've got my new cable here. This is a 4-gauge cable. Let's see if I can get the camera in place. Get this first one started back in down here at the bottom. This one's just coming off the side of the engine block. Camera is not really picking it up where it's at, but I'll show you here in just a second. Okay, we're getting this started off with just my fingers threading it in, and you can kind of see what I'm doing right here. This is just coming right off the engine block right here. So that's all I'm doing is tightening this one up. Now this cable I got, this was the only one they had. I could have probably found one on Amazon that was only 6 inches or 12 inches. This one at Walmart was 24 inches, and the other choice was 72 inches. So a bit long. I didn't want to cut it and modify it. I've only got to span that gap. So this one will be a little long, but you know what? Let's see if it works. So got that one in. And get that one tightened up a little bit here. Kind of an odd angle here. So that's fine how it is. Doesn't really matter. It's long enough that okay, so that's good and snug. Definitely don't want any play or any movement with it vibrating on there. And then now let's go ahead and get the other one going. I went ahead and cleaned this off a little bit, and I cleaned these up a little bit. Again, this is the 12. Okay, got this one getting snugged up here. Kind of want to keep this over here kind of tucked against the wall. I'm going to back this off a little bit and just see if I can keep this over here against the side since it's so long. Kind of see if I can keep it out of the way. So I'm going to get back up here. Okay, should be good. Okay, those are on good and snug. Let me just check that on one more time, make sure nothing moved or anything. Okay, yep, we're good there. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of a long cable, 24 inches. Could have probably went with something shorter. Maybe if this works, I'll go ahead and get the other cable and switch it out with something shorter, but it's a good test anyway. So I'll let you know. We'll give this a shot and see if it works. Okay, so now with this in here, let's check the voltmeter again on this. See how we're, I don't know if you can see that or not, but well, you know what, it's not gonna work there. Let me move this over so you can see that, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to put the positive back on the lead and the negative just on the battery terminal. You can see, yeah, we're getting nothing. And the other one, again, nothing. So that's good. I think that's what it's supposed to do. So I think that's a good sign. I'm going to take it for a drive now and cross my fingers. Let's hope that maybe we found the mystery here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we appreciate it. Thank you.